Just to cut right to the point, we know that friends with benefits consist of friendships, but only adding the benefit of having sexual relations between the two individuals. To get that casual hookup and that casual sexual need fulfilled from someone you kind of know, but aren't really willing to commit to long-term dating or even especially a marriage. So to many individuals, this does seem like an easier route. Maybe you've dealt with struggling relationships in the past. You're tired of commitments. You're just looking for a sexual need to be fulfilled and met. Maybe it's just not that deep to you, when in fact, it should be, because sex doesn't stop at a physical standpoint, nor does it stop at a physical need. What happens in friends with benefits situations is essentially devaluing the value of sex to just saying that it's just a physical expression and that no true feelings or connections are involved in the actions of sex. When honestly, it's two people who are on the inside of each other, just keeping it as frank as I can. And there's definitely feelings that arouse from those activities, whether they're shown and exposed or they're hidden for the sake of trying to keep the friends with benefits going so they don't lose what's being created. In the midst of maintaining a friend with benefits relationship, there's actually more that's lost than ever gained. You're losing the sense of value. You're losing the sense of trust. You're losing the sense of commitment. And you're also losing the sense of value when it comes to what sex really means and the impact it has on the relationships that sex ought to be included for, which is marriage. And I know what you're thinking, right? Like, marriage, who wants to wait? Celibacy, not my thing. But I want you to check this out, because unlike friends with benefits, in a marriage where sex is actually created for, you don't have to worry about looking over your shoulder to wonder if that person's going to stay or not, if that person is going to really be there for you or not, or if that person is really for your heart and not for your body. It's a lack of commitment, but there are feelings that are created within this connection that, again, they're either exposed or they're hidden. And it allows somebody to really build this sense of false value because you really think that it's a space of love, when after all, it's really just a space of being used and not even seen or even valued as a full human being, someone who has interests, someone who loves, someone who has desires from both sides of the equation. So what do we do with friends with benefits? If it's just for sex and it's just is what it is, what do we do with friends with benefits? Well, one, I suggest not even diving into them, because you are creating a false sense of love, a false sense of feelings, a false relationship that isn't going anywhere, lacks commitment, and ultimately leads you to feeling devalued not only about yourself as a human being, but devalues the importance of sex that is created in the confines of marriage. And you may say to yourself, well, shoot, I'm not even looking for a long-term relationship, so obviously this doesn't really apply to me. When essentially the attributes that come with a long-term relationship and the things that are qualified and included within a marriage you are looking for, you're just looking for it without commitment. When truth be told is when you have it without commitment, you don't even get to really experience what it is you're looking for, because it's the commitment that enhances the relationship overall. It enhances the experiences and it makes everything worthwhile in the confines, you guessed it, of marriage. Sex is good. Sex is a good thing. God created it to be a good thing, but only in the confines of marriage is sex a good thing, and is sex used in the way of not only bringing worship to God, but uniting the two individuals in marriage, one man and one woman, to gain closer intimacy and closer relationship with each other. You don't want to stay in short-term bed-to-bed relationships all your life. At some point, you're going to want to settle down. And when it comes to settling down, you don't want to have to worry about somebody who is only there for your body, and you have to wake up every morning questioning whether they really love you or not, or whether they're really there for you or not, because of the simple fact that the relationship only happened because of a sexual connection you and someone else had on the first night you met, or on the continuous nights you met, or even worse, that's just the only reason why they're there. Truth is, you have so much more value to you than a friends with benefits relationship. You're worth more than a booty call, a one-night stand, or anyone who just wants you for your body and not for your heart. You're worth more than an individual who just looks at you as a piece of meat compared to an individual who has a heart, who has desires, who has a purpose, and who was created for a time such as this to pursue the purpose that God created in you. And you want somebody who draws the best out of you and not just use you as a mat or use you as an object and not see you as a person. So the next time you want to get into a friends with benefits scenario, sexual relationship, or any of the above, I want you to think on these things because you have more value than that. And friends with benefits doesn't increase your value as an individual or any relationship you seek this friend with benefit connection with, but it decreases value, and it just simply doesn't make things any better. It makes things worse. Hope you appreciated this little talk we had. As always, be easy, be breezy, and until our next conversation, peace.